So let's start the fun stuff, the fun part, to fit everything in here. So it looks like this so far, and as I told you in the previous videos, if you've been watching, I'm saving these because these are what holds the fenders, the front fenders, so I wanted to keep those. And I've been measuring to see if the 850 strut towers would fit in between these two, and it kind of does. I'm gonna have to trim a little bit here. As you can see here, not quite. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this one down, fold it so it's more 90 degree, make some cuts here, and so I can fold it down on both sides. That way we can get it up. That's the first thing I have to do, because then I left the stub of the 460 frame rails to see how I'm gonna attach it to the 850. But I need to get the strut towers up first. They're going against this wall, which is going to be reinforced in the back with an angle iron. And also these are going to be boxed before I put the welded strut towers. These are going to be boxed with 1.5 mil sheet metal on both sides, and the strut towers goes against this, so I get the wheel in the right location in the fender. But I need to get the strut towers up first so I can see how I'm gonna cut these two frame rails, make it as strong as possible. Also, this piece here, I kind of wanted it to line up here somehow, because that's going to reinforce it all. These are made out of 3 mil steel, and this is against the floorboard. So if I can get this one line up against here, it's going to be really strong in case of a front end collision. It's going to take up a lot of force. That's why I wanted to keep this bend here. But today I gotta start with the strut towers to get them up higher up, so I can decide what to do with the frame rails, the stock ones, the 460 ones and the 850s. How I'm gonna cut it and splice it together so it's really strong, because this build's got to pass inspection, so it has to be as strong as factory or stronger, or it won't pass inspection. So let's start doing that, the strut towers today. There, getting closer. Now I got the strut towers fitting in between the fender. I don't know what it's called in English. But anyway, it's level here. And I know for a fact that the bumper sits level on the 850. So I check it like this. It's approximately level. This one I'm gonna check properly when it comes to welding it. This is just for be able to see how I'm gonna join these together. Any suggestions or comments will be appreciated. If you have any ideas. So it needs to come back. Let's see here. About 25 centimeters needs to come back. If I pull this one back 25, I'm gonna have to cut this more. I might be able to get it 25 there if I cut it like here. But I left this all the way out, so I have playroom. We'll see. Or maybe I continue this one out to the A frame, A pillar frame here that holds the door. We'll see. But first I gotta get it all the way in here, which means I have to cut down here. But the question is if I'm gonna just cut out in the 850 frame and kind of slide it on this one, or if I should cut this all the way off. I think it's easier to cut the 850 frame and slide the 850 frame on top of the 460. That's the easy way. But the question is if it's going to be strong enough. Then this wall will be welded outside of this. Back 25 centimeters. That's to there. This should go all the way to there. Man, this is not easy. It's the first time I'm doing something, a big project like this. How to do it, how to do it. Well, I have to think about that for a little while. Well, is not something you do on a weekend, but I got it fits between the fender reinforcement or attachments, whatever it's called. And I've been cutting the 460 frame rails, or subframe, whatever you want to call it, frame rails. So, and I cut the 850s frame rail kind of in the same angle as the floorboard on the 460. But now I discovered that here I can't raise it up anymore. To get the strut towers in the right height. So I'm going to do some more cutting. And this I have to cut in the 460 because the under the 850 here attaches the rear engine cradle, whatever you call it. It's attached in the rear here. So I want to keep the 850. So I modify the 460. It's kind of rusty anyway. And this wheel weld, I'm going to cut it out and make a new one from the inside after I fit the 850 frame rails. But this is it for this weekend. I got a day job I gotta go to and spend some time with my wife. So I continue this next weekend. I might even box these in next weekend. I finished cutting it here in the corner for the box plate. So if I box it in, it gets sturdier, not so wiggle. And also if I get the strut towers in place, I can put a spot weld on them so they can hang on the car when I move it around, because I moved the car back in the corner so I can get my daily driver inside. Snow and cold here in Sweden. But that's it for this weekend's video. So stay tuned. I'm working on it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.